Good day, viewers. Welcome to yet another amazing video recording for week 2, the block open week 2022. I promise to bring out several videos that will unveil the sequences for this week, on which we have a bunch of sequences regarding. We did that for Post Telegraph, which we uploaded already. If you have not seen that video, please go back and watch that video on Post Telegraph. It was really revealing. A bunch of sequences were brought out where we made out a particular nap, winning line, and I think 2 straight bankers, about 3 straight bankers, and all the sequences were lined out. References were attached to each sequence, so you can go back if you have a copy of the paper, look it out yourself, so you'll be sure where you're sticking your money on. Before going to today's video proper, I want to appeal once again, if you have not subscribed to our channel, to please do. Subscription is free. Subscribe to the channel, click the notification button to get notified each time we drop a new video, because a bunch of videos will be coming out every week. It's not a one-time thing. We'll take you through the season and so many other seasons to come out, God willing. So I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and follow us up. Watch each video, interact with us on the videos. You might have your suggestions, put it out there for us to see on the comment section. We'll read it. Whatever adjustment you want us to make, we'll make it and improve on what we know how best to do. So let's go back into today's business proper. And we are looking at the right-turn football fixture for the 2022 in the ongoing 2021-2022 season. Matches to be played on Saturday and Sunday, 16th and 17th of July 2022. And like we promised before, we're going to be revealing sequences, and most of the sequences are based on color. Some are based on week of 2, some are based on every blue, which is the color movement. So as time goes on, as we unveil the sequence, you will begin to see which of them is based on color and which of them is based on the week number. I want you to follow us closely, and if need be, have a copy of your right-turn with you and review the sequence as we bring them out to you. Now, number 1 on our list, we have a pair, which is 19 and 40. Numbers 19 and 40. And this is brought about by the sequence which states that if number 8 is in the center box, which is box 2 of 3 best draws, which is on the right hand side of your right hand middle section of the right-hand football fixtures front page, which you can clearly see out there, where you have 7, 8, 9. The middle box, that is box 1, box 2, box 3. The middle box is housing, which is box 2, is housing number 8. So whenever this occurs, therefore, you will mark the Expert Gazette pair, which is actually at the back of this right-turn football fixture. And the Expert Gazette for this week is housing number 40, pairing number 19. And whenever this occurs, you will mark that pair of the Expert Gazette pair for 1 or 2 draws, which is actually at the back page. And I'll give you the reference week so that you can go back and look it up, so you know that what we are doing here is actually real. It's not a make-believe. Now, in week 21, 2020, the pair there was number 11 and number 1. Number 11 was the draw there. Then in week 49, 2020, the pair there was number 15 and numbers 22. Number 15 took a draw. In week 13, 2021, The pair there is number 2 and number 29, and number 2 was the draw. Then the sequence came again in week 33, 2022, and the pair there is numbers 13 and numbers 19. And this time around, as we played the upper position before, this time around I played number 19, which is the down position. That's why you should treat pair as a pair, because sometimes they confuse you. You think they're going to maintain a particular position, they will switch it off and play the opposite direction. So you have to treat the pair as a pair so that you don't get caught off guard. Then in week 2, which is this week, 2022, we actually have numbers 40 and 19 in the Expert Gazette column of our Right On Football Fixtures back page. So I will expect you to utilize the pair and make good fortune out of it. Make something out of it, and that will be a thing of joy to us. We are here to assist you, so you do your bit by assisting us by clicking on the subscribe button and post our videos in your social media platform and help us advertise it so that people get to know this new channel which is up and is giving out draws. So as we begin to win, we'll begin to grow and win together. Then next on our list is actually bringing number 16 as a direct draw, and it's equally the same sequence which brought the first pair, which states that when number 8 is in box 2 of 3 best draws column, mark Saturday date of play as your one direct banker. And you know Saturday date of play for this week is actually number 16, and the weeks of set are as follows. Week 21, 2020, the banker day was actually number 28, which was the Saturday date of play. Then the sequence came again in week 49, 2021. The banker was number 13. In week 13, 2021, the banker there was number 2. In week 33, 2022, the banker there is number 19. And remember, the first sequence which we highlighted in week 33, the pair from the Expert Gazette was actually 13 and 19. And that was the first time he played the bottom side, which is the Saturday date of play. So you see how these systems, they interwove each other. So number 19 actually drew that week. So coming to this week now, system set again. And what we have there as our Saturday date of play is actually number 16. So number 16 will be our own banker draw for this week, based off of this system from Right On Football Fixture. So next on our list, we actually bring projecting number 10 to be our one banker draw. And it's still based off of this number 8 being in box 2 of 3 best draws column. So when this happens, you turn to the back page and you have what you call the overseas draws statistics at the back page, and you have your alphabets A, B, C, D like that. You have under alphabet I, you have each of the alphabets, you have trio. This has 3 numbers, which is a trio. So under your I alphabet, you actually have a trio there. So the first number digit in that trio becomes your draw, which is a straight banker draw. And in week 21, when the system occurred, number 3 was in that column, which gave us a draw. In week 49, number 41 was in that spot, and it gave us a draw. In week 13, number 4 was also at that column position, and it gave us a draw. Then in week 33, it was housing number 17, which also drew. Come this week to 2022, it is housing number 10. So we are expecting number 10 to end up as a draw come this weekend. We pray all of this come true so that we'll be in winning ways and be happy and be glad we did. So if you stumble into this channel, you are in for something really good. This we'll be doing on a weekly basis, and like I promised, we're bringing out 2 odds on a daily basis. That we have not actually started. We've had a lot of things on our hand. We're working on so many things. We'll be bringing even maybe sporting news and whatever, transfer news and every other thing. So we're really going to be bringing out a bunch of things to really keep you excited about the channel. So if you're new to the channel, I hope you will not be discouraged. Watch the video to the end and see at the end of the day, because most videos at the end of it we'll be able to highlight or summarize what we've done for the day and show you which of them are the draws for the day. Like the last video we did, I think we were able to bring out a nap. We had a permutation and a bunch of pay from our last video. So we're going to be doing similar thing today. Watch this video to the end because I have a nap sequence which is coming up towards the end of the video. And like I promised before, we have a 3/4 which I'll be using personally, and I'm going to bring it out here today for everyone to see, to join me in my winning ways. So next on our list, that's the 4th sequence now. It's actually giving us number 35 as a direct banker draw, and the system was still based on when game 1 of 3 best draws in our right on football fixture is repeated to the 14 boss column. The 14 boss is directly under the 3 best draws column. When this occur, therefore, in a rotational, as in a draw fee basis, you have to mark game 21 of compiler X selection as your draw, but in a draw fee basis. And I'll only give out the weeks in which you drew here. That's the reference week I'll give, so you can go look it out by yourself and see how it really transpired. The sequence is simple, straightforward, self-explanatory. So the weeks which we have here for the drawing weeks are week 42 2021, it was housing number 23 and it drew. Then in week 38 2020, it was housing number 17 and it drew. Why for this week it is housing number 35, which is week 2 2022, housing number 35. So number 35 is likely to be a home banker draw for the week. So you can look up all of these sequences and be in winning ways, so you know what you are sticking your money on. And mind you, this sequence occurs only on blue week. Only on blue week. So if you are looking it up, if you look at the references now, you see it's on blue weeks. Week 42, week 38, and now week 2. Next on our list, we have number 17 being projected as a direct banker draw, and it's still based off of blue coupon sequence. And this is simple and straightforward, which states that every blue coupon week, I think this one is in recent times, compiler X selection, which is actually the first column on the right hand side, compiler X selection game 2 has been acting in a 8 weeks movement. Every 8 weeks in blue coupon, you mark game 2 of compiler X selection as your one banker draw. And the reference weeks are actually week 30 2022, number 15 drew there, and in week 38 2022 we had number 35 as a draw there. In week 46 2022 we have number 15 which registered a draw. And now come this week 2 2022, number 17 is sitting right there at game 2 of compiler X selection, which is being projected as one banker draw based off of 8 weeks movement on blue coupon. Compiler X selection commentary game 2 to give us a draw. from what we have said so far, we've been able to highlight number 17, number 35, number 16, and number 10, all of which we highlighted as single and straightforward banker draws. Then number 19 pairing number 40 as a pair for us this week. So you can combine those ones together. That gives you a winning line in itself. You can separate them if you want to pick one banker out of it. You can pick which of the bankers you like, which of the system you feel will still continue, are very potent, and stake your money on each of them. That's why we're bringing the sequence to you so that you make the decision. The final decision lies with you. So let's get into the highlights of the day. The highlights, starting off with the NAP. The permutation will have to come later, which is the 3/4. Now, a lot of persons don't know that these sequences, they are very potent, and I'll be using them. That is why I'm glad to bring them to you. So you too will join me in enjoying punditry, staking, and you'll be able to grow your own focus pattern. So with time, you'll be able to pick draws on your own without being assisted. Now let's get right into it. Every week of 2, you check your fortune box. If you have an odd number in the fortune box, then the sequence is set. Once this occurs, you pick as your first draw that odd number. It becomes your first draw. Then you pick game 21 of compiler X selection as your second draw. Then thirdly, to cap it up, you pick the first game of group A. That's in the yellow patch right there on your screen, which is housing number 20 this week. That's your group A. You have group A, group B, group C, and each of them is housing 33-digit numbers. You pick the first digit in group A, and that gives you number 20 for this week. That makes it your 3/3 NAP. And this occurred in week 22, 2020. And the games there in fortune box was number 49. Then the game in compiler X selection game 21 was number 24. And that of the first game in group A was number 3. So your NAP for that week was 3, 24, 49. And this give us 3/3. Then come week 32, 2022. The digit in the fortune box was actually number 15, which was a draw. Then compiler X selection column game 21 was housing number 1, which drew. Then number 20 was sitting right there at the first position of your group A trio. So your 3/3 now for that week was 1, 15, 20. Now for this week, we are having number 7 in our fortune box column, number 35 in game 21 of compiler X selection, number 20 in the first spot of our group A trio. So our NAP for this week becomes number 7, number 20, and number 35. So take note of that NAP, number 7, number 20, and number 35. This is a sequence according to Right On Football fixture. Now, let's get back to the big one for today, which I promised before. I had to go into it so that you get it right. is implementation of 4 games. Like I said before, I've used it twice, and it has played twice. It was playing 4/4 before, but when I got rid of it, it delivers 3/4. I used it again, deliver 3/4. Well, that's good, because sometimes 3/4 is almost like getting a nap. These days when draws are very rare to come by. So the reference weeks are week 6, week 18, week 30, and week 42. So the next reference week is this week 2. The sequence is simple. It's every 12 weeks. Every 12 weeks of play, you check for games 3 and game 12 of compiler X selection to draw. Also, you tip games 4 and game 10 of compiler X verdict column. So those are the games you tip. Once you pick those games, you write them down. They are 4-digit numbers, and they become either your 4/4 or your 3/4. So the reference weeks are week 6, week 18, week 30, week 42, and this week 2. So the games for this week now is numbers 40, number 2, number 19, number 28, and lastly, number 47. So those are the 4 games based off of this sequence, which we're expecting it to give us winning line. So we've really checked so many sequences from this right-hand football fixture for this week 2, which I hope would have thrown more light into your forecasting and would have helped me make your mind on the various digits which you have touched on to decide on how best to place your bet and how best to go about your coupon staking business. I wish you all the best. We're still going to be bringing more videos, because the next one we should be touching on a special advanced fixture, which will bring some sequence for you there to show you how this papers works and how there are additional draws to help us be in winning ways. Thank you very much. Remain blessed. Until see you in the next video. Good luck.